Hey friends, it's Lacey again here with OT and Arthritis. Today is our last episode and we will be discussing arthritis, energy conservation, and environmental modifications. So during this video, we will talk about what are energy conservation and environmental modifications, how they impact arthritis, as well as how OT fits into the mix. I sincerely hope that you've watched our previous 6 videos leading up to this one. Even if you've already watched them and want a refresher, make sure to check them out after this. But until then, let's get into it.
Hey Lacey, what is energy conservation?
Energy conservation is a fatigue management intervention. This means we are analyzing the tasks that the client has to do every day as well as their desired activities and looking to see if we can modify or adapt how these activities are done to create a greater balance between these activities as well as increasing their quality of life.
Hey Lacey, what are environmental modifications?
Environmental modifications are recommendations made to adapt the environment to improve safety, functionality, and support for occupational performance within the home and community environments. This will include the application of universal design as well as examining environmental factors or contexts related to physical, social, products, and technology, and the spirituality of a person. These techniques and modifications have been shown to significantly improve a person's perception of their performance within the home and the community environment, along with increasing safety, which in turn decreases the risk for falls. Common modifications that are found within the home and the community are adding railings, grab bars, and making sure that there's adequate light within an area, such as adding a night light. OTs are ideal for implementing these as we offer comprehensive evaluations while remaining client-centered in our recommendations. Additionally, we have training in occupational and task analysis, along with assessing the person, their environment, and their occupation, and understanding how they interact and affect one another. Additionally, education on these techniques and modifications is crucial as it increases carryover and confidence in these skills and increases safety so you can age in place. If you'd like an individualized assessment or evaluation, you can contact your PCP and ask for a OT evaluation. This can be done within the home or a different environment. Or you can talk to your current OT about issues that are negatively impacting your performance in daily activities or desired activities. One of the principles for energy conservation include utilizing advanced technology to make the amount of effort to do something easier. This could include using Alexa or Google Home features, as well as utilizing a microwave or even an electric can opener, such as this one here. These things allow for it to be done easier and quicker, which requires less energy of the person utilizing them. Other things that you can do to decrease the amount of effort and energy are utilizing ergonomic or adaptive equipment. Things such as the rocker knife, which we covered last week. It uses bigger joints, which it makes it easier to use. Other things can also include using Dyson. This we've covered in the last episode. It is used on a countertop, and then you place your item on top of it to increase the grip that you have, as well as to avoid the item from slipping around on your counter as you're trying to open it or utilize the item. This can also be completed by using a silicone rubber mat or a pot holder, as well as there are specific bowls that have rubber on the bottom, which increases the gripping and staying power and decreases the amount of effort you have to fight the bowl. Additionally, it's important to consider your cookware. Not only do we want to place items that we're commonly using in places that are easy to reach, we also want to consider how heavy your pots and pans are. While cast iron and stoneware cook great and last a long time, they can be very heavy and hard on joints. And as we age, our arthritis can become worse, and heavier pots and pans can become harder to use. When considering cords within the home, it's important to make sure that they are properly secured to the floor, which will decrease the risk of a fall within the home while allowing for increased safety while aging in place inside of your home. Now, how we would do that is you would create an anchor strip at the top of the cord from where it was being exposed on the floor. Then you're going to place the tape along the center of the cord until the end of the cord on the exposed part. Place an anchor spot at that point, and then you're going to make sure and tightly press the tape on the cord and the surface that is underneath it. As we're making sure this is nice and secure around the cord, it's also important to consider the width of your tape. So mine's pretty wide here. You can go more narrow, but the big thing is making sure that both sides cover the cord and making sure that there's some room to spare on each side to make sure that you have a secure hold. This also goes for the anchor strips. You want to make sure that they are wider than the main piece to make sure and really cover all of those edges. Over time, you may have to re-secure the cords due to wear and tear on the tape, especially if the cord is placed in a high traffic area within the home. As you can see, we've got a bit of a clutter here today, but it's important to remember when you have small spaces, such as the one that I'm in right now, organization is key. Not only will you, by having a more organized space, require less energy to move about, it also increases your safety as there are less narrow spaces or tripping hazards that can be done. So I'm going to work and fix this space real quick. Y'all have a watch. Also, pro tip for energy conservation, if something is too hard or too energy taxing, it's important to ask a family member or a friend for help. And now we rest, folks. In the bathroom, environmental modifications are very important and can definitely increase the safety within one's home. Grab bars such as these, which can be next to your toilet or in your shower, it's important to consider utilizing grab bars where a reacher in your home cannot be. For the grab bars and the purpose of the grab bars specifically, we went more into detail on our 6th episode specifically about adaptive equipment. So please go check that out more, as well as we talked about using a shower chair, which it also, this is an environmental modification, but also it counts as energy conservation as it requires less energy to sit while you shower or while you're bathing than it would be to stand. Other modifications that you could make to your bathroom environment would include a long-handled shower attachment. This allows for easier use of the water getting to the rest of your body, especially if you're seated. As well, it just decreases the amount of bending and prolonged time that you're having to lean over or move around, as you're able to use your arm to get to places versus having to try to move around in the bathtub, which could lead to a fall, especially if the floor is slick. Another way to combat a slick floor would be utilizing a non-slip mat within the tub, or even having a texture on the bottom of the tub that allows the feet to have more grip and decrease fall potential. When utilizing energy conservation techniques, it's important to understand what activities you have to do throughout your day, your desired activities, as well as how much energy they take to complete. This will help by organizing and scheduling for your day, as you can plan when your most energy taxing activities happen, and this should happen when you have the most energy. It also can allow you to better understand what activities can be done in the morning, the evening, or even spread out throughout the week. Other energy conservation techniques include making sure to pace yourself. This includes making sure that tasks are broken down into smaller components, such as gathering items before you need them, using a cart around the house, and knowing when your body is becoming too fatigued that you need to take a rest break. Having a balance between activity and rest is crucial for making sure that you're pacing yourself and maintaining energy conservation effectively. Pursed breathing is energy conservation technique. As you're breathing in through your nose, smell all the wonderful roses, breathe out and blow out your birthday candles. One more time, all the way through. Avoid maintaining postures that cause extended periods of bending, stooping, standing, or bending over, or utilizing poor body mechanics, which, if you want to know more information about my body mechanics, we mentioned them in episode 6. But by maintaining these postures that impair breathing, it decreases your ability to do things, as well as makes it harder and causes more energy to do them, as they're not an effective body position. Thank you so much for watching this episode about arthritis, energy conservation, and environmental modifications. I hope that you learned something from this episode, and make sure to pass it on to others who could benefit from it. And thank you so much again for watching this series, as this is the last episode in OT and Arthritis. A special thank you to our guests on this series, Miss Penny and Sabrina. And thank you so much to UCA Outreach, as they have been a wonderful partner in providing support, as well as a platform to share all of my arthritis education with my community. Thank you so much to everyone who has been watching these videos and this series. I could not thank you enough. It means so much to me that people are watching these and learning from these videos. I hope you've enjoyed watching this series about OT and arthritis as much as I've had creating it, and I ultimately hope that by watching this series, you better understand arthritis, as well as how occupational therapy fits into the mix. See ya.